Welcome back to News 10 at 9. Our favorite nerd on call, Ryan Eldridge, is going to make two visits with us today. The first one, we want to talk about Apple's new phone, the iPhone 5S. You can't even get it yet.
I tried to get one, but my wife was like, well, let's discuss this, and we just talked a little too long, and then sure enough, they sold out, and I can't get one until the first week of November like everyone else.
Patience, pal.
I'm waiting desperately. I want one of those gold ones.
Well, the big thing that everybody's talking about with this new phone is the fingerprint recognition. Is this a sign of times to come?
Well, the great thing about the fingerprint recognition is right now nobody uses their passcode. Well, 50% of users don't use a passcode or a password or anything to access their phone. And so this kind of takes that out of your hands. You don't have to worry about the annoying typing in 6 things every 5 million times you hit your phone every day. Now you just scan your finger and boom, you're in your phone. And so you don't have to worry about it. Creates security a lot easier for us.
But you should be using your passcode if you have one, right?
You certainly should, but most people don't because they just don't want to have to enter it in every single time. I personally don't have one on my phone, and if I left mine at a Starbucks, I'm going to be in trouble.
Well, I saw you undo your passcode on your iPad there, though.
I do have it on my iPad, and the reason is because my kids get to my iPad, but my phone is always with me.
Okay, well, I've seen the movies. One of the Bourne movies, they planted fingerprints. Is this something that we need to be concerned about?
Actually, no. The interesting thing about the way Apple created this is they looked at the way biometric scanners were working in the past from other vendors, and they said we don't want to do like it's not a picture. What they do is there's actually a little steel ring around the base of the sensor, and that reads the subepidermal layer on your finger. And so it only knows the connectivity of that particular finger and that particular thing. And it's not even a picture of your fingerprint. It's actually a mathematical representation of your fingerprint.
So you can't steal that.
You can't take a picture of a mathematical representation, and that makes it unhackable or unable to be reverse engineered.
And my understanding is that you could have multiple fingerprints that will open up a phone. Is that correct?
Yeah, because if you've got a cut finger, or you've got gloves on one hand, or in some tests, if your fingers are wet, it won't see you. But if you can put multiple fingers on there, so that way if you have a cut, you won't have to worry about it. And if you fail authentication 5 times, then it'll give you that traditional passcode, and you can just type it in so you don't get locked out of your phone.
Is this just the start of the way that they recognize who's using the device?
I think that this is just the beginning. Right now, with the way that the iPhone is doing it, you can only use it to unlock your phone or to access iTunes purchases. But in the future, very soon, they're going to allow us to do all kinds of great stuff with this. Right now, I find it kind of annoying, and I'm sure you do, to have a wallet and keys and a phone and all this other stuff. And if I lose my wallet, it's lost.
Sure.
But with my phone, I can always find it online. I can set an alert. I can wipe it clean. I can do all kinds of great stuff. So it would be wonderful to just have one device with me and nothing else. And if I can use some kind of secure method to get all that stuff without having to worry about somebody stealing my car or emptying my bank account, that's fantastic.
And don't get too comfortable with the fingerprint recognition because it may be something else they recognize?
It's already been out with facial recognition. There's a lot of computers out there that'll recognize you when you walk up to it and unlock. And so it's not going to be long before Samsung, their biggest competitor, comes out with something just a little bit cooler. But you're going to start seeing more and more of this biometrics as humans get more and more used to having smartphones.
This guy's good. In fact, you could even call him an expert. In fact, that's what we're going to call him. After the break, in a few minutes, we're going to have Ask the Expert segment. Kiba's got a couple tough questions for you.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. We'll be right back with News 10 at 9 after this.